the cinephiles, freaks, and weirdos. Tape heads, ghouls, and ghosts love to tune in and listen to Psychotronic Coast to Coast. Skin Slip and Owen Neal are going to reveal their thoughts on movies that most people don't dare to watch. Psychotronic. 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 And welcome back to another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast, your place for the least and the most on the worst movies from coast to coast. Hey, it's not really a very good rhyme, but what are you going to do about it?
And they're not always the worst.
It's still better than the movie we just watched. Barely. The movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good. Anyway, today we started our what was supposed to be a 4-movie feature special for summer, but our daring co-host Owen Neal here only bought the double pack and not the 4-pack of movies, so it's going to be a 2-movie because he's not going to double dip for good reason, because why would he? They're not that worth it, really, honestly. But hey.
I thought you were going to say because you didn't want to do it last week.
No, last week was something came up. I don't remember what happened. Oh, I remember last minute.
You went to the movies.
I was told I had to go to the movies with my dad, and I was like, "What are we seeing?" He's like, "Guardians of the Galaxy." He was like, "All right, twist my fucking arm." so seeing Wonder Woman soon too. So hey,
we could still find 2 other summer movies.
Oh, I'm sure. I thought we wanted to do like Camp Nowhere and Heavyweights or something like that, didn't we? We want to do Heavyweights, and I want to do Camp Nowhere.
Yeah, I got them both.
I gotta get both of them. I don't have either.
I think the other camp movie was thrown around too. Meatballs.
Meatballs? There's 4 of those fucking movies though.
Yeah, but I only got 1.
Yeah, I think 2 and 3 just got released on Blu-ray not too long ago. Like last year maybe?
I know the one that wasn't even Meatballs but became Meatballs is kind of hard to find.
Meatballs 4, man. My favorite.
Corey Feldman.
Meatballs 4 is the one with the angel. Or is it Meatballs 3?
I thought that was 3.
Maybe it's 3. Anyways, Meatballs 3 is awesome. Whatever one with the angel. It's not even a Meatballs film, but it's just called Meatballs. And yeah, it showed up on like Showtime when I was like 11 and lived with my grandma in Lubbock, Texas. And yeah. So yeah, we watched Hardbodies from 1984 tonight. It's supposed to be a sex comedy from the 80s. Originally, it is from a 1983 article in Penthouse magazine. It was picked up to be a movie on the Playboy channel. I'm not making this up, as a TV movie, but CBS releasing, or whoever owned or picked up the movie for like theatrical release or whatever, and that's how we know of it today. It's not just some obscure Playboy TV movie. Which now I wonder, are there a lot of Playboy TV movies that we are missing from the home video? Like, because I kind of want those too, because those shouldn't just fall into obscurity. All the direct needs to be seen, all of it. All the trashy sex films, all the weird skin flicks, all the awful fucking action films with extra boobs, all that. They all need to be seen. They all need to be appreciated for the crap that they are. That's why we're on the show, of course, to celebrate films that are not really celebrated. Some of which should be, and some of which aren't. Which is the point of the show, of course, is that we find that out. So yeah, sorry for the long ramble. Why don't you take us to the movie, huh?
Oof, I'll try.
Do your best.
All I remember is the beginning, the whole intro. It's just girls rubbing lotion on themselves and shots of their butts.
It was all shot in day one, by the way. This is all shot in Southern California. I read the IMDb trivia. I is smart.
That's trivia.
that was on the trivia, you know. So was the whole House magazine, the Playboy movie channel, like stuff. I didn't just fucking randomly know this. I had to look it up. I was
But
curious.
yeah, that went for a while, and then we're introduced to Scotty and Christy.
Christy.
I had to, yeah, they're having sex.
Yep.
Okay. And then they're just hanging out on the beach with their friend. I don't remember her name, but the other friend is Rag.
Yeah, and that guy is he's most memorable as the weird hairy guy in the Burbs, he's like the weird like Wolfman-esque character that makes you think he's like kind of like a Wolfman like esque facial hair thing going on, but it's just weird spotty hair thing. You know the
Yeah,
guy, the Lederhosen or whatever.
He's someone you'll see, and I guarantee you've seen a handful of movies with him in it.
Yeah, he's all over TV in like TV roles and everything. He's everywhere. He was on an NCSI episode. You know, NCIS. That's what it's called. Sorry, I combined that and CSI. CIS. What's CIS? Oh, Christ. Anyways.
But, yeah, Rags likes the other guy's friend. I already forgot his name.
Meh.
Richie.
One of them is Michael Rappaport, very young, babyface Michael Rappaport. One
Scotty.
of the friends. Yep.
So, anyways, they're hanging out. They part ways. Scotty immediately just starts checking out and hitting on other girls, which confused me because it seemed like he was with her. And you're like, nah, man, he's not with anybody. But that comes into play later, that he is in fact in love with her. So in your face.
All right, fine. I was just playing it
Although
loose.
He does cruise around and make out with other girls, so it's very confusing.
He's not in a relationship with her, but he's into her. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Until he's in a relationship with her, he's going to apparently sink himself with as many women as possible until he can. Why? I'm so confused. Motivations aren't clear.
And then we're introduced to some dirtbag geeks, which one we found out later was Kane Hodder. We didn't even notice until you read it.
Yeah, I looked up IMDb and like, holy crap, Kane Hodder. And then there he is with the weird mustache.
Funny, they just start like introducing these people, and you're just like, "This is gonna come back in." And eventually, they did come back in, but
yeah, everything comes back around finally.
A shitty van. They have a dog that steals bikini tops so they can see boobs. They burp and fart. They're just obnoxious.
Yep.
And then it cuts to we're introduced to three older guys who want to get some young poontang, so to speak. Not even so. That's exactly what they want.
Yeah. And as sleazily as that is worded, that's exactly what they want. Yes.
They rent a place on the beach or buy it. I don't remember.
This was, by the way, Kane Hodder's 6th credit. This is the 5th movie he was ever in as an actor. And he was in one TV show called The Renegades. Not the Lorenzo Lamas show.
Oh, I got excited for a minute.
I know, right? Like, oh, I gotta go see that episode now.
I think that's just Renegade.
Well, but he's in a whole bunch of movies we're gonna end up seeing, like Alligator. We're gonna see that at some point, and Avenging Force. He's in prison. I forgot about that. And House 2: The Second Story. Jesus. He's in so many movies. House 4, Alligator 2, The Rubdown. Well, we gotta see that now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So at this point, we don't know exactly what the plot is going to be because they're just introducing random people that seem to be throwaways.
A little bit longer than normal. It takes like 20 minutes instead of like standard 12 to 15 minutes to get to the point. But yeah, it meanders a little bit at the beginning here.
They decide to rent the place. Scotty comes by, sees their sweet rides, offers to detail them, which really means he's going to use it to pick up chicks and even cruises around in one of their cars with a bunch of girls.
Yep.
So that's when the three old guys have a plan. Like, hey, you can move in with us and if you teach us how to get girls, which he thought was sleazy, but we find out he is kicked out of his place, which we should also mention when he's banging his woman there. His place was a dump. like cockroaches. They open the fridge and it's just mold.
Oh, it's disgusting. And he swats a fly with the fucking spatula and then wipes it off in the fucking towel. Like,
Yeah. How do you want your eggs? She's like, I
nope,
don't.
I'm good. Peace out, bro. Never ever eating anything ever from your place. Ever.
But yeah, so now that he's evicted, he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna use these guys.
Yeah, but not for spending the night underneath the lifeguard tower stairs.
That was later.
No, he did that he did it twice. At the beginning,
That was later.
no, he got evicted.
I'm pretty sure he went straight back to the guy's place and said, hey. No, he didn't do it to the lifeguard until like later plot stuff.
No, here's what happened. He leaves he got the eviction notice. He left his place.
He went straight to those guys.
And then he went to those guys. They gave a proposition. He went back to his place, which was boarded up.
And he went straight back to them.
He spent the night. Then he went to those guys the next day.
I'm saying 100% no.
No, he absolutely does. He 100% does.
I put money on it.
I remember very vividly he stays early on underneath that tower. Under the stairs.
I'm saying, you know.
And then he does it again later as a callback when they kick him out. Because reasons, we're not there yet, but...
We'll check it out later.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm right.
I'm telling you right now.
Go ahead and record a little addendum when you do the podcast about how wrong you were, too.
Oh, I'll record about how right I am.
Okay, sure. But you gotta be truthful.
Anyways.
When you lose, you better be truthful.
He moves in with them, and we get a montage of him teaching them how to pick up chicks. So it's a montage of them failing, getting slapped, food and drink thrown in their face, and then later them it working, which they don't seem to be doing anything different. Like one point, there's girls eating pizza, so the chubby guy sits down, and they just all leave. And then later he comes back with a pizza that says party on it, and then they're all like, ooh, because they're trying to host a big party.
Yeah, to like get chicks to the house.
One guy pretends he's a mannequin and gropes some girl, which doesn't work, obviously. But then later, the other guy's in there and he just pins something on a bikini. She goes and tries, and then he gets a phone number.
Yeah, it was very nonsensical. Like, no, like, really? I mean, people fall for this? I don't think anyone falls for the shit. I really don't. It's all fantasy shit. The shit guys who don't get chicks think guys do to get chicks. That's what this stuff is. Excuse the nomenclature of chicks. I'm trying to be within the movie, not like actually demeaning. Anyway.
So then the party kicks off, and the old dudes are scoring. Cowboy guy gets a young, flexible girl. The other guy, I assume, was a Hunter. He keeps coming out every time he has sex and doing a Tarzan call. Which upsets the girl.
That's way later in the film, isn't it? No, it's like God.
No, that's the party.
There's just really nothing that happens. That's the problem. It's just a bunch of repetitive bullshit with the there was like a long ass montage of them picking up ladies and getting and all that, getting their numbers and stuff. And it was so long. I went for a pee break, came back, it was still happening.
Yeah, Christy gets mad because like, oh, these guys are gross, and why are you hanging out with them? So she leaves all mad.
I remember that, but yeah, I just like, yeah, you're right. There's just this really long montage of things, and it's like 10 minutes of that.
And this is like another montage of the party going on, you know.
Oh, the band that's playing is Vixen, who's known as also who later became Heart, I believe. Or members went on to be part of Heart. Anyway, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, they were brought in because the Rags band couldn't play.
Yeah.
Which we never saw anyways.
Yeah, he's in a quote-unquote band. I think it's implied that he's faking being in a band, right? Like, that's kind of like the thing. Because you never seen him play an instrument or anything. It's just, yeah.
So then the fat older dude tricks girls into thinking he can take pictures and send them to model agencies, and then they just all get topless.
Except the one.
Is that the same party, or is that a different party?
That's like.
That's like the starting.
That's happening before the Tarzan. It actually happens right before the Tarzan moment, because she comes in because he's standing there watching the old guy take the photos of the 5 chicks he's not interested in, the 5 ladies he's not interested in, and the one lady he is interested in is not topless, but he's taking photos anyways because, you know, boobs, I guess. And then she comes in and he's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Oh, he's taking like 100 photos without reloading. They haven't noticed." And she gets offended for them because rightfully so, they're being tricked, right? And that's when the argument happens on the stairs, and then Tarzan yelp happens. See, like, I'm very vividly remember this part. So
Yeah. And then you cut to
it's
morning. He comes
so
out.
far it's so far removed from anything could happen in reality that I have burned in my brain now. Thanks movie.
Yeah. So you cut to the morning. Party's over. Cowboy dude's woken up bright and early because she wants to go run on the beach, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm old."
She wants to fuck, go exercise, run for an hour. She says, come back and have sex again, and he's just like, "Oh God, kill me!" and puts the pillow over his face.
Yeah, there's a shot of Tarzan guy coming out, ringing the bell. He can't even do the call anymore. That's how much sex he's had.
Apparently.
And then he's downstairs just like filling his hand full of pills.
Yeah, like old man pills, like vitamins and like one-a-days and shit.
And then oddly enough, the fat dude apparently got nothing. There was a girl that just kept talking sexy and then would tell him no. And he apparently had, the joke was blue balls.
Yeah, which is, you know, the myth of blue balls, which is like that it hurts.
And he just kept putting ice on it. And then he got hit in the dick.
Like, by the way, if blue balls were a thing, I don't think ice would do anything for you guys. I'm just saying.
That's why I made the joke that maybe she was just punching him in the balls on that one. But...
And then we made a joke about maybe she's in high heels stomping on his cock. That's why.
I mean, that would make more sense for ice.
Oh God, yeah, ow.
Because you got blue balls, just fucking whack one out, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the cure. Just go to the bathroom and jerk off real quick. Problem solved. Christ.
Although there is a thing where, if you don't, the thing it can go to your prostate, cause pain. I learned that.
Believe it. That's never happened to me.
It's a I mean, no, but I don't know how long you're supposed to. I had an issue in the area, so I had to go to the doctor, and they asked if I had masturbated recently.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was like, no, that's not it. That's not an issue.
That's not the problem. That's certainly not. I assure you, Doc, that is not the issue.
Then he told me I had a prostate infection.
Oh, jeez.
Which turned out not to be the case either.
This is too much information for a podcast.
No, I'm going the full way now.
All right, go for it. Go home.
After a couple more doctor's visits,
so you're rounding third base.
I had a trapped nerve in the inside of my leg.
Oh.
Which would cause pain in the undercarriage.
Oh, in the gooch area?
Yep.
Oh, ow. Oh, that sucks, bro. At least it wasn't something worse, like cancer.
Well, apparently it'll just come back every once in a while, and I just gotta take ibuprofen.
Lovely. Tiger balm that shit. The leg, not the gooch. Don't get it anywhere near that stuff.
So, anyways, I'm trying to remember what happens next. He smooths it over with her.
Yeah, he's a smooth talker. That's the whole point. He got hired by the rich guys to get them laid, so he's like a really good talker. So he explains what's going. Like, look, hey, it's not me. It's just what he's doing. Whatever, smooth it over there.
Subplot where now he's like the manager of the band, and he teams them up with a gym, so they're playing concerts with people like flexing in front of them.
It's a filler subplot. It has no weight and it's like that's all you hear about it. It's like 10 minutes done.
Because it starts jumping around here, where it's like the old guy's running on the beach with his girl, and he runs into the realtor, which I thought they were gonna hook up, but he never hooks up with the realtor. He keeps running into her, and they have pleasant conversations, but nothing happens.
So weird. Nothing does happen with that, does it?
No.
Let's
just kind of jump ahead now. It just seems like a lot of montages of random shit.
Yeah, it was the 80s, but maybe there was a part where he, like, at the end got with her, and I just missed it?
I don't
But it
think
had to be
so.
like a blink and you'll miss it moment, because like I was watching the movie and like I didn't see
Because
it. But
she was like related to Christy somehow.
mother maybe,
I don't think so.
aunt.
Something like that, aunt or cousin. Because there's a whole scene where there's a water bed and where the okay, Scotty's room, and she knows how all the buttons work and make the bed work, and he's like kind of acts jealous, like how do you know all this? And he's like blah blah blah. I was a realtor. I've been here before.
I missed that scene. That must
Yeah,
have been
because
during the
later
bathroom break.
she shows up and asks why she's mad.
I have a childlike bladder, guys, in case you're curious. So.
Yeah, she was like, I'm mad at Scotty. But anyways, let's jump ahead. They're all hanging out, and they're all just remember the montage of them all having different sexual things on the beach.
Yeah.
You have Rag not getting any from the friend. You have Scotty and his girl doing it. You have the cowboy getting the BJ while he plays an instrument. You got the fat old guy.
You got
picked up the girl at the fast food place.
The tease with the jerk, with the what's his face, one of the older guys, the jerk.
Get to that one last.
He looks like a fucking car salesman. We're gonna call him the car salesman. I have no idea what he does.
Remember the montage of the limo leads to the food place and they talk the girl to leave, and I made a joke because when she jumps out, she just has like a long t-shirt on from the place, and I made a joke that she's naked, and then she was just naked under it.
Yeah. Oh, they're on the beach, and their beach sex like montage, whatever. He's like, yeah, I can't get this thing off. Like, this is because there's nothing there. And she takes her shirt off, and it's her work shirt. She was topless underneath, and then they fuck, and apparently his dick's so big that when he comes, she shoots the fucking the sky roof, the sunroof.
She shot out of the gunroom?
Yeah, she shot through the glass and everything, dude.
I didn't pay attention.
She like, poosh. That's what happened. Like, and there's a running gag that his dick is huge, like inhumanly huge.
Yeah. So somehow,
when everybody knows that recently there's a guy in Houston with a 13-inch dong with the world's biggest dick, so passes out when it gets hard. Anyway.
Yeah, because at some point the girl that was apparently talking dirty but not doing anything all night with the fat dude is now with a Hunter.
They've all traded up except for his main character and his lady, of course.
Well, the cowboy still has the same girl.
Oh yes, that's correct. He does.
But yeah, so he's doing his trick is to pretend he spills shit on her.
Yeah, they all have like one trick, and that's like the gag.
And he does it and gets her to take her clothes off, and then he tries to force himself upon her, which Scotty does not appreciate. He runs down. He's done with his woman, so he runs down there and says, "Hey, she said no."
No means no. So, like he's being very chivalrous for a.
So this is where you kind of turn on a switch, and Hunter turns from kind of a creepy perverted old dude to a complete asshole.
And an absolute creepy perverted old dude.
So he goes up there and tells Scotty's girl that he's busy with another girl, and she looks over the cliff, and he's hugging her, because she was crying.
Mm-hmm.
And he was comforting her, but
of course she's topless at this moment too.
Well, so. No, she had like bra.
Oh, she put a bra back. Oh, okay.
She didn't get fully naked.
I thought she was topless for some reason.
No, she took off her dress.
Yeah, I thought she was topless when she was in the water for some reason.
No,
when she was cleaning it off. I don't know why. Just everyone else is topless in the fucking movie. I think my brother just combining boobs at this point.
Yeah.
Like The Thing.
No.
The movie The Thing, but with boobs. It's all melded together at this point.
So she's. We don't even see it, but apparently they drove home. She said nothing to him, stormed out, mad at him. He doesn't know why. Is this where he finds out the Hunter's up to something and gets kicked out?
Yes. And then he sleeps for the second time underneath the stairs. Yes.
He he calls up for roses to send to her, and he's like, Hunter like calls back and changes it so it's from him. But yeah, he tells him to get out, and then he says a line that the one thing I actually laughed at was, he said, "You're something freak of evolution. You got no balls, but you're a giant prick."
Such a great line.
Which made me chuckle a little bit.
Like,
But
the
yeah,
movie's supposed to be a comedy, and I laughed at how stupid it was, not how funny it was.
yeah.
Like,
Hunter turns full asshole, throws him out because I don't need you anymore. That happened because he interrupted him trying to force himself on the girl. And he's like, I want you out of my place. We don't need you.
don't need you anymore.
And
Yeah.
so Hunter's going to throw a party. Apparently, they're trying to pitch a TV show where he goes around and picks up Hardbodies called Hunting with Hunter.
Oh, what a dumb fucking show.
Yeah.
What a
And
dumb fucking name, too.
the fat guy's in on it. Cowboy is not in on it. He bails on him and tells him to fuck off and hangs out with the younger guys because he thinks he's like, those guys are being shitty. So then there's a whole big plot, the big ending of they're gonna wreck this party. He needs to get his girl back. He needs to explain what happened. She's gonna be at the party because Hunter's trying to fuck her. That's his plan. That's his revenge plan, I guess. I'm gonna bang your girl
Yep.
since you wouldn't let me rape that other one on the beach.
It's just like the work. He's a supervillain at this point of the movie.
Yeah, he does. Remember, he's on the ladder and shoves him off.
Yeah, and it's at least a 25-foot fall. It's assault and battery at that height. If you no seriously, no matter if they're trespassing or not, if you push someone in a ladder from that high up in California, you will get sued to high hell for assault and battery. You will go to jail probably for press charges too, because that shit's like yeah. I don't know about other states, but that's assault with intent to seriously harm.
We gotta go back a little bit. Before the party, he was supposed to meet his girl at the concert on the beach, but then the nerd squad shows up
With Kane Hodder.
and they go after him for some reason. I think they were trying to crash the band and he interrupted them, and then there was like a fucking high speed jet ski chase with Kane Hodder.
Yes. And there was apparently a jet ski surfboard combo thing that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I've never
I've
seen
never
before.
seen it.
I never heard of it
But yeah,
before. It's
it's
pretty
just
cool.
out of nowhere, just a high speed chase through the water with Kane Hodder. Kane gets caught in a net.
I guarantee you nobody owns this equipment. None of these people own this equipment. They all just stole it. They have a high-speed chase.
And then the other guy in the jet ski, the other geek, gets caught by a fishing line and pulls some poor handicapped guy into the water, which we never see again, so I assume he died. Did we even see that other nerd again? I don't think we did.
I think he died also.
They just both died.
Yep.
I think that then leads up to him climbing the ladder, trying to talk to her. He pushes him off.
No, we
and
see
then
him.
he's
We see him again at the party, right? Because they remember the nerd
we see
gets sent
three
off.
of them at the party.
Oh,
We
that's
see
right.
Kane, the fat dude, and the really skinny nerd, but not the other one that I remember. He might have been there. Who cares?
So one character died. Okay.
Yeah. So his plan is he's gonna crash this party Hunter's having. He's gonna win his girl back at the same time. So he invites. Apparently, he must smooth it over with the nerds and invites them, the dirtbags, because they show up, and then he also hires a bunch of girls to mess with Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's a great moment.
So, anyways, Hunter's pitching his idea for
We were
this
so
shitty
confused.
TV show, and this guy's like, "I love it. I'll give you $100,000 for the pilot." Some creepy dude in like a muumuu. I don't know what he was supposed to be wearing.
I don't know. I don't think it was a muumuu, but good God, this movie got really weird.
Yeah. So the girls start dumping wine all over Hunter. At first, he's freaked out, tries to run away, and then later we see him being covered with honey, and he's like liking it. But they just throw a bunch of. They basically tar and feather him.
Yep. So first, it starts out he spills wine on one chick, his normal pickup thing, and then he starts going upstairs and like runs into some other chicks that I guess he's spilled wine on before, and then another chick he has, and then they spill a entire bottle of wine on him, which prompts him to he thinks it's some cute sex thing, so he of course when they prompt him to take his clothes off, he does, and then they tar and feather him with honey feathers.
And then he runs and flips off the ladder and lands in the jacuzzi with the guy. But we should backtrack a little bit. So the guy that's going to fund the movie is trying to hit on the Christie's friend, who Rag has been trying to get the whole movie. Rag comes in and defends her honor, and then he gets landed on with the guy with the feathers, and they fall in the jacuzzi. Which I pointed out that the guy had knee pads on for some reason.
Yeah, the stuntman had knee pads and it was visible.
Which he didn't even land on his knees. But yeah, they land in there. Everyone laughs at him. Ha ha. You're big fucking losers. Also, the fat guy with the apparently giant cock, his thing was he was in a room where people would come in and look at his giant dick.
Try to guess the size, and everyone came out with giant, like, agape faces, like, whoa!
Yeah, they were fainting. But then his mom shows up, because apparently they called his mom.
Oh,
and he gets dragged out by his ear.
With his pants on, thankfully.
Yeah, the dirtbags didn't really amount to much. They sent one to the beach to light farts. Because he was also hitting on Christie's friend.
Jesus.
And yeah, so they crash the party, ruin Hunter's night, and then it just cuts to apparently he just gets to live in the house now. He's just back in his old bed.
The guy's left, and he's just squatting now, apparently.
And he got his girl back, and they do it. And then he walks in and sees Rag scored with the friend he'd been trying to get the whole time.
Yay, everyone had a happy ending.
And she was like, it was well worth the wait. So apparently he was really good.
Yeah. All right.
The old stereotype, the ugly nerds who don't get chicks are really great in bed.
Is that a stereotype?
Yeah, you see that in movies all the time.
What? Really?
Revenge of the Nerds?
I don't remember. Dude, it's been so long since I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it a
bunch.
He
basically raped the girl in the bouncy house, pretending to be the boyfriend, but then he was so great at sex that she didn't care and stayed with him.
I guess that is true. You know, I never really framed it like that, but as he did lie about who he was.
The sex was so good it didn't matter.
Apparently.
Anyways, there's lots
That's
of
problematic.
And people having sex.
I didn't want to have to think about that. Thanks for framing that way. God damn it.
Also, I think his band gets signed as well.
Yeah, I think so, but it's like such a minor subplot. You get the right flying fuck.
That's not even his band. He was even going there and be like, I'm not a band guy. And they're like, what do you mean? We got signed. He's like, okay.
Oh, that's right. I remember now when the whole modeling thing was because they were getting chicks to come to the party because they said modeling agents were there.
Yeah, they lied to him.
Yeah, but he's like, no, my friends are the agents. I'm taking the photos for them. That's how that happened.
Yeah, and it had a lens cap on. She's like, lens cap's on. And he took it off, and then she still posed like,
Yeah, but she didn't get naked. She was too smart. She's like,
yeah, she was the only one that didn't get naked.
She was like, I know, I'm too smart for this shit. She was smart.
Also, oddly enough, the main girlfriend and her friend randomly about 3/4 through the movie they're just talking and they just take their tops off while they're talking to each other.
Yeah, I was so confused.
We didn't see him topless we saw her topless in the very beginning, I think.
Yes.
Main one, but yeah, they're just like ha 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 woo hee hee hee. I'm like, okay.
That probably doesn't happen much, if ever. I mean, I can't say
or that
no.
weird one where it looked like a really fancy party and that one girl ushers the fat guy to the dance floor and just takes her top off and just starts shaking tits at him until he faints. It was like a really fancy looking party.
So fucking random.
What's going on here?
The whole movie is you going, what's going on here? What the fuck? Anyway. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Did you like it?
I'd say it's 87 minutes too long.
Oh, damn. Wow, I give it 2 out of 5 stars. It's not bad, but it's also not good. It's just horrendously mediocre. And totally unremarkable. That's what I'm looking for. Totally unremarkable.
Yeah. Like, till the guy, like, turned on him and was like, I'm gonna bang your girl. There was, like, not much plot. And there was at least a handful of montages. We didn't even talk about they're in the limo driving around with just different scenes of them making out and, like, out of the sunroof. Yeah. It was all sped up footage.
It was just, yeah. Yep. It was one of these movies where you're just like, what's going on? Okay. So what are we watching next week, Owen?
I guess we're just gonna watch the other one on my double feature.
Private
Will
Resorts,
Johnny
starring
will
Johnny
Johnny
fucking Depp.
will Johnny Depp save it?
What year is this from? 1985. Okay.
See, apparently this one they're trying to bed a hot babe who is actually the wife of a jewel thief, and they'll have to outsmart him, a nasty security guard, and an obnoxious jock. Ooh,
This
triple threat right
You're
there.
missing out on Perfect and Spring Break. Perfect has John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis, and Spring Break has nobody of note.
I don't know. I might die after these two.
uh, all right, and that'll do it for another episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast. As usual, stay weird, stick to the underground, keep it real. Peace out, kids.